Well, we came up with the name Motu, M-O-T-U, as a reference, a gimmick to the old Motu Masters of the Universe comic books, like this He-Man world setting, and we wanted to make like a funny gimmick, a reference out of that. But our Motu world is different because we have a different setting. The scenario is different. It's more like set in the universe, and it's like an X-Files, Star Wars, Star Trek, 2001 Space Odyssey kind of setting, and we have a lot of those references to those science fiction films and alien live UFOs, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, all of that whole scene. And it's a lot like the movies. We wanted to present it like kind of that every song is like a movie. It's like a tale, either true or not. It depends on what you think, but it's more like a gimmick. It's entertainment, and it's a bit of extraterrestrial stuff and conspiracy and truth researching and a bit of politics and humanitarian stuff, and it's lots of different things actually in one, and but it's all a bit cinematic, and that's what we really wanted to do. We wanted to make it that way because every song has a different feeling, and we wanted to do it like more like the 80s meets 2012, 2013 and onwards. That's basically what we wanted. Paranormal is like our first single that we want to put out before the album comes out later, and we made this music video for it, which is done like a movie, again like kind of a Hollywood kind of film, but in a smaller way. But it was a really grand production, a really great, wonderful experience to do this with these amazing actors and people that were involved in it, and the story. You know, it's wonderful to see your story and the things you created, to see that on the screen and to see it played out just the way you wanted to. That's really amazing. The story of Paranormal is like one of the old classic stories of good versus evil, and you know that the good must win, but sometimes you have to go through a lot of evil, and we actually see that the evil side wins a little bit here. So there's room for a sequel, because there's a lot of story there that we haven't even created yet, because the song is like 5.5 minutes long in the video, so you know we couldn't do a longer version. But actually just in that music video we have enough stuff to actually make a whole motion picture out of it, because we wrote it like a screenplay, and it was really an exciting adventure. The story of Paranormal is about this young guy named Nicholas Elias, who is also known as the Enlightened One. And the reason he's called the Enlightened One is because he has these very special abilities. He can go through the different dimensions in the parallel universe. He has these clairvoyant, healing, interdimensional skills, abilities. He controls this force, like in Star Wars, for example, or other references. And he's beyond our human five-sense reality, three-dimensional world. He can jump through the dimensions, and he meets when he goes into this deep trance, this deep meditation. He meets this woman always. He has this woman, this love, this great, his everything, his opposite, his female, the female to his male energy. He sees her there, and her name is Ilyana, the interdimensional, and she's from a different timeline or a different parallel universe, and they meet there, and their energy is like one. and he has these extraordinary abilities, this force, this power that is extremely strong and great, and he's being watched by the elite forces, who also use magic, black magic mostly, to control the world. Basically, they are called the Illuminated Order of the Scorpio Serpent, and they're watching him. They're watching Nicholas Elias through all of these surveillance cameras. It's a bit of a reference to George Orwell's 1984, and we have all of those surveillance cameras everywhere these days, these CCTV cameras, and everything is being watched. Big Brother is watching you. It's all about, you know, watching. There's no privacy anymore, really. So that's basically what that's a reference to, and this leader of this council is called Count Zack Rama von Kobrana Drakovic, no less. And he is he's played by a great Danish actor called Erik Kuhnau, and he sends out his soldiers to capture Nicholas Elias, who's played by a young guy called Kenneth Sean Jantzen, and they take him to this torture chamber where this evil Dr. Death, this evil doctor from Germany called Dr. Heinz Günther Jürgens, he's putting him under mind control and torture, electroshock, and all kinds of things to kind of control his powers, because otherwise he's too powerful. And he can resist, and he can probably overpower the people there, including the torturers and the doctor. So they kind of have to put him under mind control and in a trance, so that he's completely under control before he has to be brought forth to the elite, to the council, they're doing this dark black ritual, and they want to take his soul out. They want to capture his soul, take it, absorb it into this soul snatcher container that they want to give to two of their envoys, two of the people that they send out in the universe, which is in fact played by myself and Klaus, my partner in Motu. And so they're doing this black ritual, this kind of satanic ritual, and they use snakes and the Scorpio and the Scorpio sign, and all this symbolism is there, and he's in the middle of this circle, this ritual, and they're singing Illumina Scorpio, I don't know, some kind of strange ritual yell, scream that they use there, and his power is being, you know, sucked out of him and put into this soul snatcher container. And the container is given to these two guys, these two masters that go out in the universe and can use that energy, that force that is now within this container, to do good or evil. So now there's a possibility for a sequel, because, you know, we don't know how it's going to end or begin. So there's a lot of material, lots of interesting, things that can be done in a sequel to Paranormal. But of course it's based on the song that I wrote, the lyrics, and Klaus, my partner in Motu, is doing the music, and then we have additional musicians. And it was just wonderful doing this whole video, this film adventure with all of the wonderful crew, wonderful cast, and so many great people that were involved in this project. And it's really great. It's like a movie, you know. And it's funny to do songs that are like a movie, and also to do that on the stage when we perform live, which is something that we want to do as much as we can, because, you know, it's entertainment. It's like a show, and it's always interesting to see a show other than just, you know, come to see somebody maybe who's just just presenting a story. But it's great to kind of act it out a bit, and we can do that in in the music videos and also on the stage. We did a band video as well called Infinite Love, which is our grand ballad. It's more like a video that shows me and Klaus and Peter and Bragi, which is the four of us who's also been performing live, and that kind of is Motu. And in that video we are in the middle of the universe singing this grand ballad, which is about the highest, most powerful frequency of all, which is the love frequency, the most strong, powerful one of all, infinite love. And it's interesting to I wrote this song because I think there's a lot of love songs out there, but I think it's always about the sexual kind of love and the passionate kind of love, and this is more about the love frequency, which is not about two people being together. It's more of a positive, all-powering, infinite consciousness energy frequency, which is not physical, which is not what we are in our physical human form, but which is probably what we are. Our souls are what we are when we're not physical, and still when we're physical, our intuition, our I say the law of attraction, you know, our thoughts can create everything, but we are very limited by our three-dimensional reality with our five senses. So when we're not physical, maybe when we're dreaming and when we're not here physically anymore, then there's the infinite love frequency. But it's also a love song for, you know, humanity, for people, for everybody, friends, family, the one you love. Yeah, infinite love is the message, and that's what we put out in that video. And it's a band presentation, and we've done it as a band presentation, and it's a song that we will have in our show because, you know, it's our second single, and it's a song that we feel very strongly about. The music is very grand and melodic, a bit melancholy, but still uplifting, I think, in a way, and then the message is about unending infinite love. May sound a little cheesy, but it's not meant to be cheesy. It's meant to be a message for everybody. I think it's all right to talk about spiritual things now. These days, after 2012, I think we can talk about that now without sounding too silly. There is so much sex out there. There's so much hatred. There's so much violence. I think it's good to have a good message as well, which is not so physical, but more interdimensional or more metaphysical, really. Everything is energy. The world is energy. Everything that happens in our world is energy and beyond. And that represents a lot of what we write in Motu, what our music is all about. And we have 13, 14 songs for our coming album, and we're very excited to bring that out. We hope to, you know, to put it out to as many people as we can. It's something we feel very, very strongly about. There's a song on the album that we've written for the album called Space Riders. And Space Riders is about the movie of our lives, because everything we do in our lives is like a movie. We are all playing a role, we're all playing a part, and we're all acting out scenes from like a movie every day of our lives, every moment, without knowing it, of course. Some people are acting more than others. But it's like a movie, and you basically can tell your own story. You are the script writer of your own film. You can create your own film, your own life, depending on what you feel like, what your desires are, what your wishes are, who you are, what you want in life. If you're very controlled by fear and lots of things that make you afraid to dare to break free of the chains and the illusion of what other people expect you to do or what other people want you to be. And still, there are so many different types of people in the world, so many different characters, and people are on a different intellectual or spiritual level. I mean, we all have a different path, and we're all on different frequencies. Sometimes you meet people that you feel you're on the same frequency as, which is wonderful, because you feel like you're on the same wavelength. And it's like the law of attraction. You attract everybody in your life that you have, everybody you meet, everybody you're around, everybody you surround yourself with, even the bad people, people that is not good for you in the long run. It's all there to show you a lot of things, to make you aware of what your life is, who you are, and how you can change it if you want to. But also the good stuff, the love experiences, the beautiful people that you have in your life. It's all part of your journey, and we can change the journey, we can make the journey as we want to, kind of. Some people say that it's all already been planned. Maybe it is, who knows. But still, it's interesting to see life as a movie, because maybe then you won't take everything so seriously. You live, you die, that's two things you're very certain of, and you have to make the best of it every single day. But it's funny to see how people see different people's film, what they're doing, who they are, how they want to present their movie to the world. And some people have interesting, funny characters, and we want to make a video, a music video, that kind of represents that shows different lives, different people who are doing crazy kind of things, and to them it may seem normal, but it's always interesting with interesting, fascinating personalities, and I think we can expect that in the video, the music video we're going to make for Space Riders. MOTU is M-O-T-U, and it stands for Masters of the Universe. And we have a website, motuofficial.com, and we update that with news and all the stuff that we're doing. So that's very exciting.